Case we have been following very closely. A Parma daycare provider will spend the rest of his life in prison after being found guilty of sexual crimes against children.
The case of Jeremy W. Bahner sent shockwaves through the community of Parma, Ohio.
Breaking details on a former child caregiver facing criminal charges involving kids.
A man parents trusted to care for their children, even allowing their kids over his house to go swimming.
Well, today that caregiver faced a judge for the first time,
as it exposed the horrifying reality of an unlicensed daycare operator abusing his position of trust.
There's no fix for a predator like him.
A mother describes a man just steps away. A man a Parma neighborhood trusted with their kids. Jeremy Bahner often gave children rides around the block in his purple wagon. Back in May, shocking revelations came out.
This article provides a detailed, comprehensive analysis of the case, from his arrest to his ultimate sentencing. It also examines the legal and social implications of this shocking crime and what steps need to be taken to prevent such tragedies in the future.
My two children made allegations against the defendant in the summer of last year. The defendant was made aware of this, and yet it didn't change a thing.
Background of Jeremy Bahner. Jeremy Bahner, a 40-year-old resident of Parma, Ohio, was known in his neighborhood for running an informal daycare service. He often allowed children to swim in his backyard pool, making himself a familiar figure to many families. However, behind this seemingly friendly facade, he was committing heinous crimes against innocent children. Despite operating as a daycare provider, Bahner never obtained a license from the state of Ohio. This lack of oversight meant there were no official background checks or regular inspections, leaving vulnerable children at risk. Initial investigation and arrest. In May 2023, the Parma Police Department received multiple reports from concerned parents regarding potential abuse at Bahner's residence. Investigators began looking into his background and soon uncovered alarming allegations. On May 31, 2023, police arrested Bahner at his home, charging him with multiple counts of rape and gross sexual imposition. The allegations spanned a period from January 2018 to May 2023 and involved multiple juvenile victims. Authorities discovered that Bahner had been grooming children under his care for years, using his position as a trusted caretaker to exploit them. He created an environment where parents felt safe leaving their children, making the betrayal even more devastating. The charges against Bahner. Following his arrest, a Cuyahoga County grand jury formally indicted Bahner on multiple charges, including rape, first-degree felony, gross sexual imposition, third-degree felony, possession of criminal tools. The sheer number of charges and the extent of the abuse left the community in shock. Prosecutors worked diligently to build a strong case against Bahner, ensuring that justice would be served for his victims. The trial and conviction. Bahner's first trial began on October 7, 2024 in the Cuyahoga County Court of Common Pleas. During the trial, the prosecution presented overwhelming evidence, including testimonies from victims, statements from parents, forensic evidence, police investigation reports. On October 10, 2024, after just 3 days of deliberation, the jury found Bahner guilty of 2 counts of rape and 2 counts of gross sexual imposition.
The decision to punish 40-year-old Jeremy Bahner with life in prison without the possibility of parole was made quickly. According to court records, Bahner was found guilty of 2 counts of rape and 2 counts of gross sexual imposition with victims under the age of 13.
This conviction was a significant victory for the prosecution, but more trials were yet to come. Additional charges and plea deal. A second trial was set to begin on February 3, 2025 concerning allegations from additional victims. However, on February 4, 2025, Bahner chose to plead guilty to 2 counts of aggravated assault and 1 count of possessing criminal tools as part of a plea agreement. This plea deal meant that Bahner avoided a prolonged trial, sparing victims from the trauma of testifying in court. While some critics believed he should have faced another full trial, prosecutors explained that securing a guilty plea ensured he would receive a significant sentence without putting survivors through additional emotional distress. Legal experts noted that plea deals are often used in such cases to guarantee a conviction, as trials can sometimes result in unexpected verdicts due to legal technicalities or insufficient witness testimonies. The agreement also prevented Bahner from appealing his conviction, locking in a harsh penalty. Sentencing and life imprisonment. On February 25, 2025, Judge Holly Gallagher sentenced Bahner to life in prison without the possibility of parole. During his sentencing, the judge emphasized the severity of his crimes, stating that Bahner had caused irreparable damage to his victims and their families. She described his actions as monstrous and underscored the betrayal of trust that made the crimes even more heinous. Several parents of victims provided impact statements describing the emotional and psychological toll the abuse had taken on their children. Many recounted their struggles with guilt for unknowingly placing their children in harm's way and expressed relief that Bahner would never walk free again. Impact on the community. The revelation of Bahner's crimes deeply impacted the Parma community. Parents who had once trusted him were devastated, struggling with guilt and anger. The case led to widespread discussions about the importance of licensing and background checks for individuals working with children. Community leaders held meetings to discuss ways to strengthen child protection laws, and many parents vowed to be more vigilant when choosing childcare providers. Legal and social implications. Bahner's case highlighted several key issues. 1. The danger of unlicensed daycare providers. Operating a daycare without a license allows individuals to bypass background checks and regulatory oversight, putting children at risk. 2. The need for stricter laws. Many call for harsher penalties for unlicensed childcare providers, as well as mandatory registration requirements to prevent similar cases in the future. 3. The importance of community awareness. Had parents and neighbors been more aware of the warning signs, Bahner may have been stopped earlier. Community vigilance is crucial in protecting children. Lessons learned and moving forward. This case serves as a harsh reminder of the potential dangers lurking within seemingly safe environments. Parents are encouraged to always verify daycare licenses, check for online reviews and complaints, regularly communicate with their children about safety, report suspicious behavior immediately. In the wake of this tragedy, lawmakers in Ohio are now considering new legislation to increase oversight on daycare services and enforce stricter penalties for those operating illegally. The conviction of Jeremy Bahner brought a sense of justice to his victims, but it also left lasting scars on the community. His case serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of vigilance, legal oversight, and community action in protecting children from predators. With Bahner serving a life sentence, his victims can begin the long journey toward healing. However, the fight against child abuse continues, and society must remain ever watchful to ensure such horrors are never repeated. For parents, law enforcement, and lawmakers alike, this case underscores a chilling reality. Predators often hide in plain sight. It is our collective responsibility to expose them and protect the most vulnerable among us. Thank you guys for watching. If you want more videos like this, make sure to like the video and hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video.